Or a ton.
I want to.
What are you giving? What are you giving PBD?
Little too much
Yeah.
to me. Little too much that it's almost like, you have to be very careful. You have a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a story to tell, you get invited to a podcast to tell a story, and that thing goes viral. And then you go and do 20 podcasts of telling the same story, they go viral. Then you notice they're no longer going viral because you're saying the same thing. And then afterwards, you're like, man, I gotta make a comeback. Then you create new stories. And new stories. I had Gianni Russo on the podcast many years ago. Yeah. Some of the stories he told me, he says, one day I was in Iraq and I'm sitting there with Saddam Hussein and we're having this and I'm sitting at a store and I go to Cuba and I'm there to do some...
dating Marilyn Monroe.
Colombia, and he's telling me this and then Pablo's people are about to kill me and he says, wait a minute, are you the guy from Godfather? Come bring him home. We had dinner, and one time I was sitting down having a conversation with the Shah, and one time I was 14 years old. Marilyn Monroe and I were hooking up for 3 weeks. Yeah, and I said, Johnny, I swear, in the interview I said this to him because he's that entertaining. Because sometimes people are telling stories like this, you want to hear it anyway.
Yeah, let me go.
I said, if 10% of what you're telling me is true, you've lived a crazy life, right?
10%.
If 10%
like
of what you're telling me is true. Rob, do you have the clip? Which clip is this, by the way?
So this is... This guy's name is Jamal T. Millwood. That is...
I did not think
Jamal.
Jamal.
That's his pen name. His actual name is Chris Todd. He is the guy that claims that he released Kim Porter's book, Diddy's ex-girlfriend,
Yeah, the one that was
ex-wife.
died of pneumonia.
She wrote a book, a
Tell
memoir, that then died before the book was published. This guy put this book out earlier last month.